Today, I'm going to be showing you step by step the proven strategies that I've used to sell over 90,000 of my own books. If you're new here, my name is Rick Betancourt. I've been a self published author for over 10 years. I've been on the top of Amazon's bestsellers lists and have won several book awards. But more importantly, I've relaunched this channel to help you grow as an author.
One of the first steps in starting to build your mailing list is to have a mailing list in the first place. And where you would do this would be what's called a landing page. It's also called a squeeze page in some tools, or a form in other tools like MailerLite and MailChimp. I believe MailChimp still calls it a form, whereas systems like System.io, which I currently use, call it a squeeze page. But at the end of the day, it's a landing page to capture your email. Now, here's my author email page, which is at rickbetancourt.com. I have a page on there called Sign Up. And this when I click on, when a user comes here or a person comes here and they click sign up, they go to my email capturing system, which is System.io. And here is where they put in their first name and their email, and they can then submit, and then it gives them a lead magnet. So this is the first step, is to have a page like this. And you get a page like this by signing up for a tool such as MailerLite, MailChimp. System.io is like the one that I said I use, and I'll put some links into that below so you can have those. But you need a place to capture somebody's email. When they sign up for that email, what you want to give them is a lead magnet, which in my instance is a free book to let people know about how you write, what you write about. So that's a great way to get people's interest. Now, another tool that I like is called Book Funnel, and I'm going to click over here. And in Book Funnel is also gives you a get to the actual page. So I send this link out. Come on, open in a new tab. Here we go. So this is essentially another landing page. So effectively, you don't even need an email list provider. You could use a page like this from BookFunnel, signing up for BookFunnel. I think it's like $150 a year or something. Or at least that's what I pay. Maybe cheaper because I have a couple of bells and whistles with it. But this is a page that is pre-built for you. You upload your PDF or your EPUB. This is a free book that I give out to get people to subscribe to my mailing list. They click here, they read a description, get my book, and they effectively put in their name and email. This gives them the book, and in the background, it sends their email to my email list builder, which I said was System.io. So that all happens in the background. You could, using BookFunnel, you can also just have that when somebody puts their email and name in here, just goes to an Excel file, and then take that Excel file and upload it to your email list service provider. But either way, you need something like this to grab people's emails. So hopefully that makes sense. The uh, second thing that you really want to do is, once you have that, is you want to start promoting. The focus is to promote this list, to promote this link, to promote getting your book, uh, to tell people about it and put that out so that people are getting the free lead magnet. So you're really, the reasons why people should join your email list is because they want a free book, or they want something that explains to them it is of benefit to them, not just to say, sign up here to be on my newsletter. Well, what am I going to get out of being on your newsletter? Give them something. If you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get a copy. In my instance, you'll get a copy of Soulbound, and and you'll also for for writers, I also have another um, link that I'll put down below where to sign up for my author newsletter, you'll get a free email marketing 5-day course. And every day you'll have a little exercise that is sent to your inbox, and you can learn how to write an effective email for your audience. So that might be something worth checking out, and you can get a kind of an understanding of what the process is, as well as learn the benefits of email marketing. So I'll put that in the link below. That's free, no cost, and you can unsubscribe if you don't like it, but I'm sure you will. So secondly, you're not so much promoting your books on Amazon. You're promoting your list. You're promoting to the free book. Once you get people in your email and onto your list, that's when you start discussing the books and asking them to buy things, but only cautiously. And that's our next step. So let me grab my other screen because what I want to do is show you the next step is, well, what the hell do you actually write? So this is an example of some emails that I write, and this is just the actual content, right? So this is the email itself, content, and I copy and paste this into my email list service, and I can schedule these emails. This is let me just show you the this here. So this is each Word document is a separate email. I wrote these in advance and then just copy and pasted them into the email service provider. But this is the first email they get. The second one I did some tweaks to, so that's why you see 2 3s here. But regardless, I put them in order here in Word, and then in my automated email tool, copied these and have them go off sequentially. So after the first email goes out, the next day, the second one goes out. The next day after that, the third one goes out. All of these tools provide this capability. You can say, you know what? After this one, next 2 days. After 2 days, then send the next one out. Then the next 3 days. So you can paste that, or you can have this go out every other hour. All those tools, whether it's System.io, MailerLite, Mailchimp, Constant Contact, they all do the same thing. They can all have some sort of automated routine that you can schedule emails. So once you have your tool, once you have what do you actually write? Now, the key to a good email are 3 stages: the hook, a story, and the offer. So let's look at one of these, dog food wisdom. So the hook in any email is your subject line. The hook, you're hooking, think of the fishing, you're hooking people, they're going through their email, they've gotten 15, 20, 500 emails that day. What's going to make them open your email? And that's the hook. So the hook is the subject line. Ideally, just them seeing your name. You want to get to that point where they see my name and they're going to open that email because they're so excited to read my emails because they're entertaining, they're fun. They have a quote story, which is the next stage, hook, story, and then the offer is some sort of call to action to actually go out and do what I'm asking them to do. Look at my book, maybe look at one of my YouTube videos, regardless. So the hook here is dog food wisdom. Dog food wisdom. So this is gives a sense of curiosity. What the heck, if you see this in your subject line, what the heck is this about? Preview text. All of the email service providers provide what's called a preview text. Some may call it something a little bit different, but if you're in Gmail and you haven't opened it, Sometimes you can see what the content of that email includes, and that's the preview text. So my preview text, how feeding Rusty led to fits of horror and insight. Uh, and so that's the preview text of what this email is going to be about. If you don't put preview text is not mandatory. It'll be the first few words of the body of your email. So here's the actual. So hook. Now comes the story. I was on a Zoom, muted and off camera. Thankfully, as you'll soon find out, it was during one of those last minute meetings. Hey, Rick, can you join this meeting? I was asked just as I was getting ready to sign off. Depending upon who's asking, sometimes the can you is a really you have to, and it was that. Me, fuck, sure. It started at 5, a meeting at 5. I had the next day off, go to Orlando. So effectively, here's the story of what happened. I'm rushing around the house. I'm entertaining the people through this email. People, I get responses from this email and from others, and people find them funny. There's something entertaining about them. They enjoy them. Um, so I was on a Zoom. Rusty's nosing, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, I ended up cutting my finger, and the crux of the story is, I need to slow down. And then this one may not have had a call to action. So here's your, what can you learn? It's basically sharing information about why. Let me just jump to, yeah. So this is a really just you want to do this, you want to provide just pure entertainment. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just sending you an email like I would my friend. Hey, I cut my finger. I almost missed going to this important conference that I had to go to, and yada yada yada. Others may have. Uh, Let me see. Manifesting rotten. Actually, that one. I think all of these are stories. Trying to find one that has a call to action. I think this one may. So here's my uh so the subject line, foul bald wisdom. The hell is that? So a little curiosity, that's the hook. There's no preview text here. This is another story. When I was 10, I struck the wiffle ball with such force that I nearly gave myself a mini panic attack. And then it just goes into me as a kid, uh, being really bad at gym class, which then gets to, I believe this one, yes. So, which gets to a finally, slowly gets to my story, my book. Anyway, Tim Benton. So, it's the end of my gym class. Anyway, Tim Benton, the main character in Tim on Broadway, my first novel, had similar challenges early on in his life. So it was, if you read the story, the story of my email is, being bad at in gym class, and equates it to the protagonist in my novel Tim on Broadway. Anyway, Tim and Benton, the main character in Tim on Broadway, first of all, had similar challenges, and his was a little more dramatic. After all, it's fiction. Tim fears driving in cars. He can't open to love. Instead, he stays indoors, eats too many donuts, and binges on his favorite TV show, America's Got Divas. This is until he meets Javier, the bag boy at the grocery store, when they work together. TOB, Tim on Broadway, is a romantic comedy with elements of fantasy. And then it just goes into a sort of a slow, not a pitch, not a heavy, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. If you haven't read Tim on Broadway, how are you waiting for? And then get entertained with foul ball Tim, equating the foul ball that I struck out during wiffle ball with my book. And click here, and this is the link right. So you can see it goes to my Amazon book. And basically that's it. And just in this instance, I don't typically put pictures in my emails. It's another, I'd like to have it pure text, but in some instances it makes sense. This is just a, a cool picture that I grabbed. This is years ago, but I was actually ranked higher than Bette Midler's book, A View from Abroad, and Bob Fosse books on Bob. So I was number 5 in gay books or something. I can't remember the exact category, but I was kind of proud at that moment. So I took a screen grab of it. So just showing it as a bit of authority for people wanting to buy the book, and that was it. Um, so really create your landing page to gather your people. You want to promote that landing page, promote that list, and then lastly, write good content that hooks people, provides an entertaining story, and then gives a soft, occasionally, not every email, as you saw from most of those emails in my sequence, are just entertaining people, people getting to understand me and know me before I actually ask them to even buy one of my books. One, I've given them a free book. I'm entertaining them with entertaining emails. At that point, then, hey, you may want to check out some of my books. Anyway, hope that's helpful. Um, and we'll see you next time.